I'm Jason Burgos for SureDog.com, and I'm here with one of the breakout stars for PFL Season 1 and one of my favorite fighters in the league, the Mama's boy himself, Kelvin Tiller, who returns to action June 6th at PFL 3 to face Mohamed Darius. Kelvin, what is up? How are you doing, man?
I am good, man. I'm good. Everything is good. Um, Training is going good. I'm just ready to get in there and go, man. It's been 6 October, so I'm ready to rock and roll.
Now, I mean, before we get into the Rochelle fight and season two coming up, along with Ray Cooper, you were one of the true stories that grabbed a lot of people's attention and people really rooted for you. Awesome things going on. How did your life change from the start of season one till now? I mean, like, talk to me about like changes, financially. 'Cause a lot of fighters told me how helpful the season was. Talk to me about changes fame wise. Are you a big deal in Kansas now? You're the man in Kansas. What those things that happened since season one?
Yeah, money was really good. Money got me through, all the way until still today. So money was really good. The most money I've ever made from fighting in the last 11 years of doing it. Since 2011, I've been pro and I haven't really made no real money. Uh, my face is kind of everywhere now when I go around the city. But I give all of my love to my community. I give all the love to my hood, and so I pretty much stay in the same places for the most part. I don't go out and party. I don't do no drinking. I don't smoke. I don't really be out there. So it's I pretty much dedicate my life to my community, to my family, to my sisters, to my mom. So like I say, a lot of people don't really see me, but I am noticed a lot more. So I mean, it's a good feeling that people know. But I just like to, like I said, I like to motivate people. So that's all I want to do. Win, lose, or draw. I just want to motivate people.
What does Mama think about her baby being all over the place now, face all over the place?
I think she's prepared for it. She has prepared for it for so long. I've been telling her this is gonna happen for a very, very long time. But one thing I've always told her is that prepare for the moment that you become bigger than me because you raised the mama. And last year we went viral on Twitter, and so it's all kind of new to her. I think she's prepared for it, but it just kind of hit us out of nowhere, because we got the call last minute for the fight last, and then boom, Madison Square Garden, knockout, and then beating Jared Rosho, who went 6-2 in the UFC, and just in this year, I'm in the promo everywhere. My knockout is everywhere. Every time I got people on my Facebook, Instagram, like, oh my God, bro, we just seen you on ESPN. We just see you on ESPN too. This is crazy. You from the hood. This is beautiful. Yeah. So it's a life changing moment, and I'm very humbled by it. I embrace it all. I love it all, and like I say, my main thing to do is just to inspire people. So that's it's been a good thing, been a beautiful blessing.
Now you brought up the Rocher fight. Before the playoffs, I talked to you in October of last year, and you told me my mental game is the best part of me, and you had a lot of confidence going to that fight because you just had guillotine choked him in July a few months back before that. Do you feel that going into that second fight with him, that your strong belief in yourself got the best of you at all, and you maybe underestimated him, or was the loss to Rocher more just a technical thing or a game plan thing?
The man that raised me to be the man that I am today, my grandfather, he died literally the day before my fight. The day before, this is something I can't make up. I don't make excuses. I still went out there. I still fought. I still didn't get stopped. But the man that raised me, the man that I love most, my daddy did not raise me. I didn't have a dad growing up. My grandfather, Harrison Irons, I got the phone call that he passed away maybe 10 minutes before I had to go to weigh-ins. And yeah, I had to hold back tears. I didn't say nothing to none of the PFL guys. I didn't say nothing to nobody. My coach Shannon Woodward had to pick me up off the ground because I was crying. My training partner Zach Scrogan, hey, we gotta go. This is what he would want you to pursue. Keep, continue this. And I got up and I had 1 pound to cut, and I forgot. I think it's Wade. I think his name is Wade. I'm not for sure. That worked for PFL. They're like, Kelvin, looking for you. And I walk in, wiping tears off my face, get on a 265, and that just kind of really messed me up, And I've seen death plenty of times. I've been around guys from the streets that had been shot, murdered. Uh, I've just been around death plenty of times, but that one, my grandfather, the one that raised me to be this humble man that I am, the soft and take care of his family type of guy. He raised me, and that broke me. And honestly, when I got into the fight, man, it was just it felt like I didn't even know what I was doing. Like I didn't,
Mm.
and honestly, that's the best of honestly I've ever felt for a fight. We trained hard for that fight. We did a lot of wrestling. I was very I got videos on Instagram where I'm kicking and I'm punching. I just feel you can see it. I just feel so good from like October 3rd, October 2nd. I just feel great, And then the news hit me, and everything just went out the window, and I couldn't perform the way that I wanted to perform. So it had nothing to do with underestimating him. I knew he was a great wrestler. I'm still confident that I'll beat him the next 9 times, 10 times, 11 times straight with my mental, and it just took me off my game, man. I had to fight through a lot of things in my career. I had to fight through a lot of things in my life, and it just really, really just took me off. It just threw me off. So, but we live and we learn, and we fall, we get back up, we keep moving and grooving.
Yeah, I mean, the next question I was going to ask was like, what did you learn from that? But that's like such a unique situation. It's not like a technical thing where, oh, you made these mistakes. I mean, that's just life coming in at the toughest time possible. So I'll just move on past that. So how did seeing those $1 million checks handed out on New Year's Eve, like, how'd that make you feel? Like, you were so close to it, things worked out the way they were. Was it like a frustration thing? Was it an excitement? Like, oh my God, I can't wait till season 2 starts already? Was it like satisfaction that you are happy that you are part of a league that can give you the opportunities it's given you so far and will give you in season 2? I mean, or is it just a mix of all those things when you see those checks given out on New Year's Eve?
I thought it was a mix of everything. I told somebody that fighting is not my life. Uh, I love to do it. I love to inspire. But without fighting, I'll still be a good man. I'll still, you know, figure out ways to help my community, to take care of my children. So when I seen the $1 million checks going out, I felt like it was actually a relief
Mm,
because like everything hit me so fast last year. From being almost 300 pounds,
mm.
coming off Achilles injury, to saying, hey, do you want to, potentially make $1 million? So everything just kind of came at me so fast. So, like I was cutting from, I believe, 292 to about 295 to make it to 265. Like I say, I had to cut 1 pound. It was 1 pound right before I had to go to walk out to my last fight with Jared. I had to cut that 1 pound. Right now, I'm at 260 four, 262,
Nice.
right? So we not cutting no weight this year. I'm a lot leaner. I'm a lot faster. I'm a lot stronger, and I've pretty much been in trade. I took off after October. The whole thing with my grandfather. I took off till about January. I just relaxed until January. I moved back to Kansas City. Um, and January, yeah, I moved back to Kansas because I was living in Topeka, Kansas. His mom was shot 10 times.
Whoa.
She was shot 10 tims, and I had to up and move. I didn't know what was going on. I had to up and move
Wow.
my daughter literally the next day, and then I was in Kansas City a lot. I wasn't training. I couldn't sleep for almost 3 weeks,
Wow.
and this is leading up to the Jared Rosso fight, and like I said, these are things that I can't make up. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? These
definitely.
are things that are facts. These are things that you can look up, and so I think that also took a toll on me. Because the killer is still out there. Nobody was caught. She's alive. She survived.
Wow.
She survived. Yes, 10 shots, and so I had to go through my whole training camp. I think I don't know the exact date it happened, honestly. Uh, but I do know it happened maybe about a month before the fight,
Mm,
and so I had to deal with that. I didn't know what was in times. You don't know what's going on.
mm-hmm.
That hit different. So I didn't train for at least probably 3 weeks after that. And going into that fight, I still felt good. I had to make myself. I had to pick myself up every day to go, go to training. So like I say, I just it was a lot that went into last year. A lot of good things that happened, but also a lot of bad things that happened to me too.
Mm.
And because that affected me just as much as probably it affected one of her other family members because I've been knowing her. My daughter's about to be 10, in July, so it affected me big time. So back to the question, when I see them giving those checks out, I'm thinking like, my time is coming. I'll
Mm-hmm.
be there. I'll because I don't think Jared is better. I know Jared Rashford is not better than me. Great wrestler. I don't think Felipe Lance is better than me. The new guys that they brought in, I don't think I don't think they're better than me. Uh, I, I I believe in my heart to this day. Still, my confidence is the same, but better. I got a new coach, Professor Matos. With Shooto Box. He's in here in Kansas City now, and he's still I get the original Popeye, So I got him now, and we've been working on a lot of things. He's been really pushing me since the end of January. So everything happened for a reason. My head has never been down. My head has always been up. I never got to that moment where I had to pick myself back up. It was just a matter of just get back in the gym and let's focus on the goal. And the goal is to come back and win $1 million and create a whole bunch of other opportunities for myself and for my family, for my community. So I'm in good hands, man. I love the organization that I'm with. I knew I was coming back. I knew everybody was rooting for me. They love me. So we just give them something to love even more this year. We doubling back. So I'm good.
How do you get a coach from a former Shuto box coach to come to Kansas to train you? How did that even come together?
Man, I honestly couldn't tell you the exact story how
You
it
speak
still was
Portuguese?
out here. Huh?
You speak
You say the
Portuguese?
Portuguese? I wish he be coaching me. I'd be like, I don't know, coach. He got his translator Richie there and his wife, and so it's just one of those things to where when he say it, I do it, and but I don't know the backstory how he ended up in Kansas. I just know I used to drive past his house. I mean, not his house, it's the gym every day, and it used to be brass boxing, or just brass, I believe. And so once I found out it was Shooto Box, and I moved back to Kansas officially, I stopped in and I just started sparring every Sunday just to get, like I say, from October to January, I was out of it. I wasn't doing absolutely nothing. So January came, and then every Sunday I would just go in there and spar. And then it got to the point where he'll just, because we never really talked. I said, hey, how you doing? He never knew who I was. He never knew that, the magnitude of my experience of the organization that I'm fighting with. And every Sunday I was just spar, and he was like, man, you look really good, really good. And he'll have his translator talk to me, and then like towards the end of January, I wrote a guy named Kelvin who's actually my jiu-jitsu coach this year, and he's partial owner of the Shooto Box with him, and I was like, hey, I'm on, the professor to Claudio to coach me. He was like, we will absolutely love you here. We discussed everything. We had a little 30-minute meeting. We discussed everything, and already, man, I feel like they're already family. They treat me like family. His wife, the gym in general, coach. Every time I need something, um, he helped me out. I was in Vegas like 2 weeks ago, and I left my card in Kansas, and so only had a little bit of money, and just easily just sent me money. My car broke down in Las Vegas, and no hesitation. Here you go. I'm like, man, I'll pay you back. They're like, don't worry about it. Just pay me back after the fight. It's good people, good people. And so, like I said, I don't know the backstory about him getting here, but I think it was supposed to happen. It was supposed to happen. He was supposed to be here. I was looking for another coach, and he popped up, and we work very well together. He's never trying to change my style. I'm a pressure fighter. I like to go forward, and that's how he is, and so everything, I believe everything will come perfectly together June 6th.
Now going back to you had to cut weight back in season one and being 300 pounds. I mean, you've talked to me on separate conversations about this non-meat mama's boy, and I talked to Ray Sefo a few months ago, and he mentioned like that he kind of suggested the idea or something like that to you, and you've kind of run with it. Now talk to me about this new diet. You're gonna have to cut no weight. The newer version of you. I mean, what's going on? No meat, no burgers. Come on.
No burgers. I did go back to chicken. I just did a lot of research, not really to get into that. But my diet, I just been doing a lot of fruits, a lot of veggies, really water loading. But like no steak, no hamburger, no pork, no turkey. So really just chicken. And even with the chicken, a lot of times I'll boil the chicken and I'll cut it up into shreds, like really, really thin, so I don't weigh on my body for too long. I heard that meat stays in your body for a while. And so some days I'll go 2 or 3 days without even eating, just like a coffee, like a shake here, apple, banana, orange, and really just go 2 or 3 days without eating anything. So I don't know. I don't like to call it a diet. I just know I needed to change a lot of things, like certain things you eat, your recovery time is better. You feel better before and after workouts. I quit drinking Red Bull. That was a hard one. That was a hard one. I quit drinking the Red Bull. So really, it's been like just really water loading. Because before, I was eating just like how my career has always been. I just eating whatever I wanted to eat. I was doing whatever I wanted to do. I feel like as long as I train as hard, two good 2 or 3 hours, I can go eat, whatever I wanted to eat. Double bacon, cheeseburgers, all of that. And that was, and I like I say last year, I still don't blame any of that for me losing last year, and then honestly, when I was cutting weight last year, I never had to, like, it was never hard. So I'm not gonna sit here and act like it was hard to make 265, because I never struggled. I never had to sit in the sauna room. The only thing I had to do was put on I just had to watch what I ate, maybe 2 weeks out and 2 or 3 weeks out, and just really just kind of tone down on a lot of things, and just wear sweatpants and a hoodie and just work out and sweat. So it was never hard making a 265, but it was just a simple fact that I had to make 265, and then I did get back up to like 289, 290 for my second fight with Jared. So I still had to cut that weight. But now, like I said, I'm around 262, 260. I think about 260. I think that's what I weighed in at, this morning. But I'll probably be about 255 when I weigh in, though. So no, not a diet, just better eating habits. And we just go from there. We see my body feels amazing. I feel amazing. I'm ready to go.
Would you think about, we talked about it a little bit, but would you think about light heavyweight? Is that something you really do see in the future seriously, or maybe you think about it?
Yeah. Like I said, I will weigh in at 255 for this fight, and I believe next year I'll be back down to about 205. I'll be walking around about 230, 225, and I'll be able to cut back to 205. So I win it this year, come back and win it at 205 next year.
Now, I talked to Lance Palmer and Andre Harrison a couple of weeks ago, and they did well in season two. Lance Palmer went all the way, but one of the things they both told me was just how hard the grind of a PFL season is, different from every other kind of promotion out there, and that you have to fight, and then you're back in camp right away, and more of it is just like the mental battle. And Andre was telling me about just this days you don't want to go train. Your body's just telling you, I'm tired, I need to rest, I need to recover, and you just have to get up and go. Or you need coaches that will tell you, look, you need to go, need to rest. Like, what was the experiences you went through in PFL season one that you really will take into this year to make you even more dangerous? Like, what did you learn, like strategy wise, to plan your camps and all those kinds of things?
I pretty much been in a hard camp since the end of January. Uh, Last year it was exciting for me. It was new for me. But last year I kind of did whatever I wanted to do. There was not much structure, so I never had that issue of just a training camp over and over. If I felt like my body needed 2 days off, I would take 2 days off, and it wouldn't mess with me mentally. It wouldn't be like, oh my God, I took 2 days off. I got to make up for those 2 days. I know rest is very, very important in anything that you do, any sport you do. No sport, rest is very important. And so, but this year, from end of January to like, let's see, so we'll say February, March, April, we went almost every day, 6 days a week. Um, we went 6 days a week, and I think we was doing. Sometimes we was doing one a day, sometimes we was doing 2 a days. And my buddy Nick, my training partner, my coach, and Stefan and Kaylin, we all got to the point where our bodies was just so beat up. For like 2 months straight, we literally just pushed so freaking hard, and like we was, you know, of course, stand up, jujitsu, wrestling, strength and conditioning, running heels. Like it was just so bad. And everybody was like, "I need to fucking rest. I need to rest." And so we had to hit up coach, like, "Coach, we know you need it. We think we're supposed to do this every single day, but I read somewhere where we need to rest." And so we all started to like at least get like a day or two of rest out of the week. But and so now everything's just kind of been smooth, and I'm still learning. I'm still learning my body. Everybody's still learning, which is a good thing. We all can help each other experiment. But it is a grind.